Is this? Well, I'll let you know. We'll save that for later. But
yeah. What are you thinking?
Well, am I tripping? Because it seems like my YouTube algorithm has, for whatever reason, gotten a lot of this like body cam footage. Like I watched like one video.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
like,
yeah.
And then now it's like nonstop, like, oh, this lady, and this, it's like, it's weird.
Well,
what's up with that algorithm?
Might be a conversation we have today. Guys, for those who are watching on the screen, this is Spreely.com. This is the most important thing that you're going to do all day. You're going to go to Spreely.com on your smartphone, Safari, I don't know, what is the other one? Google Chrome, or your desktop, and you can check it out. When you're on Spreely.com, you can check out all the things like video clips, and you could check out all of the... Oh, look at here. Here's one. Wild San Francisco dog walker hoax takes another surprise. That's by none other than Eric Butler from Report and Opine, who's sitting in with me today because it's Tuesday. You can check out his work here. You can go to Spreely.com and check out the social media platform, which is full free speech right there. Let me do this one. Kamala Harris is a twat. Fact check me. And I'm going to post that, and look, nothing's going to happen. There it is. Here's my post from the other day. Joe Biden, fuck Joe Biden with Michelle Obama's giant cock. It's still up. It's still up. It's Spreely.com, the most important place that you're ever going to be for all your stuff out there. But in all seriousness, if you want to check out the other shows we have on there, like Report and Opine, the Burn Pit Podcast, Shannon Joy Show, Pete Santilli, and many, many more, then go and check that out. Eric, would you please talk about that awesome book you have that's part of what you do?
Yes, please. Buy this book. It's right behind me. New York City 2020, Gotham Unglued. It is a photo documentation of the beginning. I don't know if it's the beginning, but the Rona pandemic demise of New York City. 260 full color, 8.5 by 11 pages. Just photos. I didn't mean to make a book. Wasn't part of the plan, but I couldn't go to work and just took a boatload of pictures. And I'm imploring everybody to go buy that. New York City 2020, Gotham Unglued by Eric Butler on Amazon.com right now, because the publisher is hassling me about a couple of returns that I don't want to pay for. So if people buy it, then I will be off the hook for that.
Yeah, go buy that book then. Show some support. Guys, we appreciate everything you do. This is a free speech network. We are fully funded by your support, your sharing, your donations, everything, period. So go buy Eric's book, New York on 2020, Gotham Unglued. Let me put this. I got to look over this. It is Tuesday. We are live. Check. Doing check. It's pre-show, live pre-show. We give you information to look at. All right. 10 seconds. We're going to have a show. We're ready for our close-up, Mr. DeMille. Let's have a good one here on the Rants of Izzo on Spreely.com.
Prepare yourself.
The opinions of the host and guests on this show are exclusively just that, opinions. That means that they shouldn't be the cause of your state of being offended. Why does everybody get so butthurt?
Okay, let's go. Ready, go!
Sit down, shut up, and pay attention.
Damn!
This is the Rants of Izzo Show with your host, Dominic Izzo, from porn to politics. We touch every third rail we can find. You might want to put your headphones on so your mom can't hear this. It's been called the most entertaining 60 minutes on the internet, and it starts now. Let's do this.
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. If you're watching on a replay, if you're watching us live, this is the Rants of Izzo Show here on Spreely TV. It's Speak Freely, all things spoken freely. We're a free speech media network, and this show covers everything from politics to porn. If this is the first time you're watching it, enjoy. We do have a group chat for those who do want to get involved. We have some awesome people that are growing in there, as always. Bev, Kelly Wilson, Sarah, I got to find her. I know she'll listen later. Kate Berger, April Schoen, Beto, what's going on? If you guys want to get involved in the chat, there is a Telegram chat. It's Rants of Izzo Show. And depending upon the platform you're watching or listening on, because I know some of you are communists who refuse to support Spreely.com, even though it's just, you go to the App Store, Freedom Hub, all one word, and then you could watch the show on there, but whatever. Telegram is where the app is at, and we'll do that. Eric from Report and Opine is sitting in today. Good afternoon, sir. How the hell are you?
Yes, sir. No complaints, bro. Doing pretty good. How are you?
Dude, we got a busy slam day. I've missed you last week. So, sadly, it's like whenever my aunt goes for like eye surgery, I take her because she takes me to breakfast afterwards. And it's just, I love doing a show with you, but I fucking go to town. And then by 11 o'clock, the food coma hits. I'm like, I can't do a show. I can't.
Understandable.
All right. We have a lot to talk about today. 2 topics we're definitely getting into. The third one, which I'm hoping to embarrass you on. Maybe we can get that because I still see you as an innocent, good guy, and I don't know if I can really ravage you with that topic, but we'll get there.
Well, now I'm very excited about this. We have to make it there.
It has to do with urine, so we'll get there. Yeah, I know. The debate is tomorrow. I just kind of want to get your general thought. Or no, it's tonight, excuse me. Debate is tonight. I want to get your general thoughts really quickly on that one, see if you think it's going to go as planned, or if you're going to are you even going to watch it?
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to have no choice but to sit down, and it's very painful. Even when I tried to watch I watched about half of the DNC, overall 4 days, and it's brutal to just watch these people completely. And I realize the term is overused, but the gaslighting is just through the roof. So to answer your question, yes, I will be watching it, and I don't know if there's a plan at all, right? I don't know how it's going to go, but if we are even remotely close to anything realistic, then obviously Trump's not perfect, but Kamala, she just doesn't stand a chance if any of this is real.
I wonder what the media is going to keep twisting and gaslighting, because she could cackle the entire time, have no points, and they're going to turn it to that Trump was. I hope he's smart enough not to attack her personally, but to go after the things she hasn't done, and go from there. But I can't picture them. She could stand there for an hour saying nothing, and the media would go, oh, she did the best tactic possible. She showed him. She didn't engage in his attacks. She said nothing. She won that debate. It's like, really?
I just look, and I hear a lot of people say this too, like, oh, he should just be, well-mannered or whatever, and doesn't have to attack her. It's like, why? Bro, they attacked him for a bare minimum of 6 years. So I don't really understand why he shouldn't have the okay to do that.
I will answer that one. Here's why. I like playing in the shit, and I got a DM the other day from a guy that I massively respect, a guy that I won't debate with because, especially if it's in his field, he'll tear me to fucking shreds, and I acknowledge it publicly. I'll tell who it is. It's Dave Champion. So I have massive respect for Dave Champion. I've had him on several times. Dave is not somebody that I take lightly. When Dave speaks, I listen. He's extremely intelligent. And I did a personal attack on something the other day, and Dave responded to my DMs. He said, when you resort to personal attack, it's the lowest form of being a man or whatever. And I responded back with, I know, but sometimes I like to play in the shit, right? So I kind of took that to heart. If Dave is taking the time out to say that to me, I'm like, yeah, he's all right. That's a peer. That's a mentor of mine. I should fucking watch what I'm doing. But when it comes to leaders, there's the rub. For me, I think it's okay for me because I've established myself. There's certain things I'm not going to do. I'm not going to be the leader of the free world. I'm not going to lead a police agency. I'm not going to fucking do it. I am okay with counter-attacking. I've always been a counter-puncher. I'm not going to open up somebody, oh, this fat bitch. But if a woman, who they all love to do this, comes back with, oh, you're just short with little dick energy. All right, cow. Let's talk. I have zero problem counterpunching. I do not believe in being the bigger person. I just don't want that from my leader of the free world, where I don't care if liberals didn't vote for him. He still works for the people. Biden, I didn't vote for Biden. Biden still works for me. I am still his boss. That's how this should go in this country. He's still my president. So that's my view on it. I don't want these the bullshit, but I like to play.
Maybe I'm just a little bit too jaded and a little bit too angry, because I'm at the point where it's like, bro, yeah, I think counterpunching is 100% legitimate. Of course, we have the media, who's going to turn everything into this pure evil thing. But I'm at the point where this doesn't matter, bro. Like, you guys have destroyed and we're talking about the places I understand best, San Francisco and New York, that are complete shells of themselves, to put it nicely. So if I want to go out on the offensive and start talking about Mayor London Breed, who of course paid nearly $23,000 in ethics violations fines, which is obviously a drop in the bucket for the country's highest paid mayor. If you want to talk about Oakland Mayor Shang Tao, who is being investigated by the feds, or Mayor Eric Adams in New York, who's also being investigated by the feds, I kind of think that the lack of offensive and nasty stuff is part of the reason why we got into this. I could be completely wrong.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The country got to that place, right? It got to the point of growing up where it's like the word racism, and we're going to talk about the NFL traffic stop today. Racism is a prime example to where if you noticed a pattern of behavior and you say something, and this was back in the 80s, it's, oh, you racist? Oh, no, I'm not racist. Nobody held their ground with shit. And now you have today, the easiest way to avoid one side of a coin's accountability or responsibility is to use leverage over the power of social status influence. Same thing with bullying. Bullying was allowed until like the late 80s, early 90s. And then it was, do not go and, knock Johnny down in the playground. No, Johnny needs to learn that he's either part of the pack or he's prey. End of story. So we started to soften the blow for reality to where literally, if I go to a store today and I fucking did this during the lockdowns, I could not believe it only happened twice, but it was women who would approach me aggressively with crazed looks in their eyes when I wasn't wearing a mask. Only women. And because why? Because women do not think that men will do anything to them. Because classical conditioning has taught women I could do whatever the fuck I want, because we took away Texas's rule of thumb. We took away the ability to beat your wife and discipline her, all this shit. And am I condoning it? There's a part of me that is. There's a part of me that fucking is, right? I'm not going to get into that one. So these women came up to me, and one woman comes right up at me, and she has got to be less. She's within a foot of my face talking about masks. And I said, cunt, back off. And her eyes got bigger. And I'm like, don't think that just because you're a woman, I will not call you a cunt. So to your point is, yeah, it's called unaddressed behavior is condoned behavior, because we've softened the accountability, the responsibility, the action and reaction shit. This is why people are like, you just can't make fun of somebody. We need to go back to fucking making fun of people. We need to go back to bullying. And we do kind of need to normalize this shit.
Yeah, and I think I was probably, when I was a little kid, I was probably, I guess bullied like in a more jovial sense. Like if I'm a fifth grader and like some of the seventh graders were like making fun of me, but they weren't really. I'll be honest. Like I was just a spoiled little brat and like had all these Jordans, and these kids would like make fun of me, and like, well, obviously I didn't buy the shoes. But then when I got older and I got to high school, then I feel like I started bullying some people, and I think we mostly came out of it okay. I don't know where all those people are now, but it's just kind of a rite of passage that I feel like a lot of people go through. Or maybe I was among the last to go through that. And really quickly, just on this racism thing, that story that you read in the intro or the pre-show or whatever, the San Francisco dog walker. I don't know if I have this weird infatuation with this story because it's completely crazy. But would you believe? Could you imagine that the suspect who sent a racist doll and a racist note to this guy was a black lady?
Yeah.
But they still call it the news. You go to the news, you could watch videos on YouTube from the KTVU, which I've been following the story on, and they still just, it's a hate crime, it's a race crime. It's like, well, probably not, though. This is probably just a weirdo 60-plus-year-old, nearly 70-year-old woman who is black. She's probably just strung out on dope and did some crazy things. It has nothing to do with race.
Yeah, but that just like the false accusations of rape that women do to get out of the walk of shame. Oh, he raped me. No, bitch, you told me to put the Goose Island bottle up your ass after I lubed it. You wanted it. It's like, no, that all of a sudden it takes away the validity of real rape cases. Same with this. I want to transition to that into this, the Tyreek Hill stop. Did you see this traffic stop yet?
Well, yes, I've seen it floating around, but I don't know anything about it, bro, because I just genuinely
that's a good position. Because I don't want you educated on either. I want you forming your opinions legitimately as we go. I come from a place of having both sides of this coin, understanding it, and we need more people to kind of see the reality of how life is. In a parallel to this jumping the gun, you know, I watched this and I did a full breakdown. You can find it on Spreely video. You can find it on YouTube and everywhere else. I said that anytime I do a breakdown of law enforcement videos, I never watch them to begin with. I watch them in real time with the audience because I want my reactions with them genuine. And I said to begin with, the reason I don't watch NFL anymore because of Colin Kaepernick taking the knee, because police racism. Then I watched the video and I'm like, fuck. Damn, I might have to take a knee on this one. So we're going to watch this together, and we're going to break this down for those who do not understand or don't know what's going on Sunday before game day. NFL, I don't know what position. I know nothing. I have not watched an NFL football game in years. I don't know who this is. This is a traffic stop. There's longer body camera footage. This is the viral 3 minutes and 35 seconds that is going around from the backup officer's viewpoint. And so we're going to look at it from this. We're going to play it, and then we're going to have a discussion.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Like what? Why you have it up? What you gotta do? Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window down. Annie. Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me your ass, bro. Get out of the car. Give me your ass. We'll break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of that don't you understand? Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
I'm getting out.
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too
bro.
late.
All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey, Drew. Hey.
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
Bro. Y'all.
Don't move.
Good. Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy.
Just set him up.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, yo, bro, dude beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Damn.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Hey. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just had surgery in your ears when we told you to put your window down.
Chill, bro. Hey, Joe New, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call Drew. Hey, call Drew, bro. Call Drew, Hey, call Drew, bro. Hey, what? Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew. Hey.
I'm not doing nothing. What am I doing that's wrong?
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, they got Tyreek. The cops over here beating on him, man. They over here beating on Tyreek,
Listen,
man.
big man, don't park there, man. Just get in
Hey,
the car.
Drew, you gotta come, man.
Just get in the car.
Right up the side, on the side of the,
Hey, get in the car. You're parked in the middle of the street.
I'm in the car.
You gotta go before you get a ticket.
Hey,
I'm
you're
not
in the car.
driving.
Who's the driver?
This is my car.
All right, move.
All right, I'll take that.
You gotta move right now.
man.
Let me have your license. You're gonna have a ticket too.
I'm coming.
Let me have your license. You're gonna have a ticket. Let me have your license.
I'm leaving.
I'm not playing. Let me have your
I'm
license.
leaving. Yo, what's
Your
going
license
on?
right now.
Sir, what's going on?
Your license
man?
right now. You're not gonna give me your license?
Get in the car and leave.
You're not gonna give me your license?
I'm leaving.
Let me have your license.
leaving,
Your
man.
license
I'm
right now.
leaving. Sir, you want me to
Hey,
leave?
your license right now.
I'm leaving.
Or I'm gonna lock you up.
just told
Your
me to
license
leave.
right now.
He just told me to
Your
leave.
license right now.
Sir, you just-
You're dealing with me now.
Sir.
Your license right now.
All right, give me your thoughts. What's your breakdown? What's your thoughts about this?
Well, first thing, this might not have much to do with the actual substance, but those are some very nice cars. Okay, that's first thing. Second thing is, and I didn't even know you were going to bring this up, but I have been, whatever reason, I've been fed all of these body cam footage, police videos on YouTube that I've been trapped into. Like, they get me, right? I see the thumbnail, I'm like, okay, I'll bite. And I will say this. I've seen this. I'm talking about in the past week, like very recently, these cops, and a lot of it comes from Florida too. I don't know if it's just easier to get body cam footage in Florida, but the cops in Florida will let men, and especially women, it happens with men too, but mostly women, they will give them, I'm talking 6, 7, 8, 9, like a handful of warnings before they even put him in handcuffs. And it didn't look like he got as many warnings as maybe some of the other people did. And lastly, I don't know. I don't know all the information about why they even stopped him, but I will kind of have to take my hat off because, bro, to detain a football player, I would imagine would be very difficult. I don't know how that works. Like, if you're, was he literally on his way to a football game? And so I just have to, at least applaud the tenaciousness, I guess, of the cops in that matter. But I don't know why they even pulled him over. That would be there. I'll end with that. Why did they even pull him over? Was he just speeding, or do you know anything about that?
The initial stop was for speeding, and it shows up before. And they didn't. So many people are online saying he was doing 100 miles an hour and a 40. This and that. There's no. So that I saw. There's no clocked speed. You just you hear one of the cops talk to another officer, so shows up, sounds like a supervisor, that he was going too fast. My breakdown in the most honest way of this. You talk about the football player aspect. My rookie year, we stopped 2 college football players, 2 black guys. They let us take them into custody. If they wanted to fucking resist, there was no way. We would. Yeah. These guys were 6'5" brothers, at least 260 pounds apiece. No fucking way we were taking them into custody. That being said, from start to finish, this was a case of pissing match and between 2 people. It's machismo. These cops, I guess, are Cuban, and now I don't want to be ignorant and say if Cuba is part of like the Hispanic culture. I don't know if that's the correct thing to say, but this is a level of machismo, and you can hear from the beginning when the stop is made and he knocks on the window. You hear Hill. And he starts saying, "Don't tap on my window like that."
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Yeah, why don't you have your seatbelt on? Don't knock on my window like that. It's a pissing match. From a professional police officer's point of view, get the driver's license. He's got the driver's license. That is what you need. It was a moving violation. Go back, issue the citation, release him, move on with your day. For everybody who says, because the comments section is amazing, it blows away the amount of people who are so pissed because, well, all he had to do was comply. I'm going to take a very unpopular side with this. This entire stop from start to finish was 100% lawful. These cops did nothing illegal, nothing unconstitutional, but what they did was immoral, unethical, and it was pure fucking abuse. When they get to the police, some people are asking, does he have to keep the window down? No. He could crack it. That's enough. When they order him out of the car, yes, he has to exit the car. It's Pennsylvania versus Mims. The problem is you have to articulate that it's an officer safety issue. I don't know. Why are the cops removing? Because you could see the one cop when he does this. When the cop turns back to his partners here, after he identifies him, you can kind of hear him say it's Tyreek. It's just said it's Tyreek. So he knows who this is. So is this an officer safety issue? The bigger problem is it's do as I fucking say. So this is the contact officer. Everybody else is a cover officer. And the problem is cover officers always make shit fucking worse. This backup officer, from the body camera vantage we see, you could tell that he's not like these other fucking guys, but he's sure as shit, just like with the George Floyd shit, he's going to be the one that's going to hold him down and not say shit to what his brothers are doing. Look at the fucking thug who pulls up out of nowhere and does. I want you to notice something here, a couple things too. Now, I had a department that allowed me to have tattoos. My tattoos were of Catholic Stations of the Cross. So they pull up. This guy's got fucking tattoos on his neck. All right, that's fucking fine. I'm watching this shit. But and you can see that he's got attitude already.
Get out of the car right now.
It's machismo.
We're not playing this game. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Now, I don't know what the relationship is between Cubans and blacks either, because everybody's saying, well, these cops are white, they can't be racist. No, I want to know, what is the history between the Cuban culture and the black culture? Like Chinese and black. I know they don't get a fucking along, right? So, but
the Koreans, the rooftop Koreans.
Okay, so
LA?
Right, so we have an issue with cultures clashing here. Watch this stuff.
Get out. Get out. Get out. What part of that don't you understand? Hey, Drew, I'm getting
Look at this cop's hands.
arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested.
You see tattoos on this cop's hands?
Yes.
This cop is fully tatted up. This cop is a fucking thug. He's a fucking thug. And I can guarantee you that this shit, he's gotten away with this same type of shit on other stuff. This is 100% a racially motivated stop. You have guys of another culture, Cuba. This is a little fucking gang here. Listen to his dialogue. You do what we say.
Arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin.
When we tell you to do something, you do it.
Watch this too. This is what people don't fucking get and understand. Watch how this cop, this officer here, he passes the hand control over to the thug that's on his back. It shows me this is a pack mentality, and this fucking guy is the one who calls the shots for shit, and these little fucking cunt cops do whatever he say. After they cuff him, this guy just gets up and walks away. And he's the same cop who comes over and grabs Hill and forces him down. I think there's far more to this than the public fucking knows.
I'm getting arrested, Drew. Grabs
his hand, right? So he has established control. He should be the one continuing cuffing, and he just passes it over.
Look,
now that being said, Tyreek Hill is letting them fucking cuff him.
Yeah, that's, I guess, kind of the point I was making. But look, I don't. This honestly shouldn't even be news. But this is clearly a football player, so it is. But I'm just look. Maybe this is an unpopular
let me
opinion,
ask you, why shouldn't
why
shouldn't it be news?
Bro, but we're done. Like, you guys have cried wolf too many times, right? And in his defense, I will say, and I mentioned it, that they gave him 2 warnings or something, and then yanked him out of the car.
Let's break it down. Because you're a citizen, you need to know this. What did they yank him out of the car for?
Because he rolled the window back up or something.
So because he wouldn't keep the window down. So you're acting on the concept of a seizure, right? It's like the lawful authority that they have. Should they be able to shoot him in the face if he doesn't? No. Okay, so he doesn't have that, right? You can't shoot him in the face. Well, why not?
The divine law. I don't know. You should. I mean, I don't think it's escalated to the point where they can shoot him. I'm no expert on the reason why.
But you're hitting this, and that's why I'm putting the spotlight on you, because I purposely want you to know this. So you're saying, and most people saying is, well, you can't shoot him in the face for not rolling a window down, but you're okay with them ripping him out of a fucking car for not rolling a window down?
Not technically. I am highlighting, and this is only because in the past 2 weeks I've seen all of these cop body cam footage videos, and I literally I almost like turn away from it because they're giving these people, it's like some drunk girl driving a car who they will literally give a dozen warnings before they arrest her, and obviously that didn't happen. Perhaps this man is a little bit more of a threat than a 100-pound drunk lady.
Or he's a big black
lawn.
guy, or he's a big black man driving an expensive car, and they don't fucking like that. And he's a celebrity, and they choose to punish him. My question is, how many other people, since it's newsworthy that he's an NFL player, how many just regular Joe shit the ragmans have they done this to?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. Are they? It's just an ego thing. I don't know if there's any money in it for them, right? Like, so what would be the point of them roughing this guy up? And look, okay, really quickly, back to my unpopular point. This, it looks kind of bad. I don't know all of the context, but we're done. We are completely done. I don't want to see one tweet. I don't want to see one Instagram post about how this man driving around in a Lamborghini or whatever it is a victim, right? I don't want to see any of that. And you've cried wolf too many times. So when it does happen, and we are already touched on this today, is that you have eliminated any and all legitimate cases of wrongdoing because things that are completely correct, you call wrongdoing. So unfortunately, as bad as it sounds, it's too late. You overplayed the hand.
I agree with you on that.
You're going to cipher through it because you're a former cop. But a lot of people, I'm certainly not going to pilfer through this and understand the ins and outs of it, because as far as I'm concerned, you've cried wolf too many times. And
you just hit the nail on the head of why the public is so irritated and outraged, where they'll see a Florida cop slam a 20-year-old kid who is like a third of the guy's size. And then the people go, yeah, well, somebody had to teach him a lesson. And people like me are going, what the fuck is wrong with you? In the totality of that stop that we just saw, there is nothing illegal about what they did. And that should terrify the shit out of everyone. Eric, this is saying you can go through any town, USA, speeding. Traffic is going a direction. There's no pedestrians around. Even if this is 1 o'clock in the morning and this road is completely empty, if you speed, get pulled over, give the cop a driver's license, and he does not like your interaction, they can rip you out of the car. Once he's handcuffed, do you agree with them coming up in a chokehold and forcing him down to sit on his ass?
No, not particularly.
But it was legal. I mean, it's legal. It's lawful. They have every right to do that.
Well,
for speeding.
This should have just... Okay, so this basically, the entire takedown is because he chose to roll the window back up. Is that what I'm understanding?
No, it escalates from the traffic stop. The actual probable cause was speeding violation. Whether or not that was caught on radar, it didn't look like it to me. I don't know who caught that. Maybe they were running a detail. Somebody winds up having a radar gun up ahead. They radar somebody else. Hey, black Lamborghini's driving by. Okay, pull that over. That's how that could go. Speeding. Moving violation. Issue the citation. Go. Everything escalated because the cop's ego was hurt by a man who was fully protected under the First Amendment and Constitution. So
it seems like both of them were technically in the right.
Yeah, but they're both. See, there's the problem, right? This traffic stop is one of the greatest teaching lessons in law enforcement that we have today, because it shows both parties are right, both parties are lawfully protected, both parties are morally wrong, but the cops will still get the benefit of the doubt no matter what, because I
don't know if that's true. I don't know if the cops are going to get the benefit of the doubt no matter what.
There is nothing they did that was illegal. Nothing. There's not one thing they did to violate his rights. Nothing.
In the court of public opinion, and again, I've seen it. It's gone through several of my feeds, and I just scroll right past it because I truly didn't really care. But I'm not of the impression that the cops are going to get the benefit of the doubt. I'm of the impression that they're going to claim that this guy is a victim of systemic racism, and he's a victim even though he's driving around in a Lamborghini going to a football game, and he's clearly a millionaire. So I'm not 100% sold on the idea that the cops are going to get the benefit of the doubt, because They won't.
They're going to get, nothing's going to happen to them. There will be no accountability. There doesn't need to be any accountability because they do not have to be nice. The language they used was still lawful. They spoke to him. They could say, fuck you. You don't know what the fuck you're talking. They could talk to him any way they need to, as long as they can articulate this. My point being is, yeah, you've got those people out there who they have gotten the point. I'm black. You're just pulling me over because I'm black. Dude, I heard that all the time when I was a cop. And I used to love shit like crazy. I had this big pig, this fucking 300-pound white bitch in the passenger seat of a guy I pulled over. And this poor guy. I pull him over. I go, hey, just so you know, I'm pulling over your seatbelt. And hey, you're just pulling him over because he's black. I look right at him and he just goes, I'm so fucking sorry. I said, dude, I'm writing you a warning. I'm going to get you the hell out of here. Because that was punishment enough. So I've heard this shit all my life. There is a massive amount of, I can get out of this because I'm going to frustrate the cop because you're just pulling me over because I'm black. I think there is more to this because I think this is cultural between this Cubano gang member all tatted up, and he's not going to let some rich, entitled NFL black player. You notice how he stepped up to the car after the one cop came back and said, oh, that's Tyreek so-and-so. Then he came up. This was absolutely beyond the scope of what their profession should do, but it was 100% fucking lawful. Does that not terrify you a little bit as a citizen, what the police are allowed to do?
Well, it sounds like, now that I'm thinking about it, he probably knows, okay, so this is Tyreek or whatever. So now, no matter what, at least I'm going to get some news headlines, or maybe I could write a book, or maybe I can go on a podcast. Like, did he just think he was going to get a little bit of attention by getting involved in a celebrity stop? Is that, I mean, I feel like that's in the realm of possibility.
The cop?
Like, if that was nobody, if that was me, then he probably wouldn't have walked up to the window. But he feels 100%. Like, oh, there's going to be a little bit of clout that comes with this.
It's machismo. If do you know Hispanic men at all?
Yeah, a handful, yeah.
Dude, I worked my last department. I was with most of the guys around were Hispanic. The machismo was insane, fucking insane. And my two commanders, one was Puerto Rican, one was Mexican. Thank God they got along.
And that's also why I pointed out the idea that these weirdo transformers and these illegals, that's going to come to a head eventually. Do you think all of the criminal Venezuelans that you've let in are going to sign on board to this weirdo cut your dick off thing? I highly doubt it, because they're a little bit more, I mean, they're commandeering apartments allegedly, and I don't think they're going to be on board with every little bit. But I guess you don't have to be on board with every little bit. They're going to corner the college girls with green hair and the illegals with free stuff. And so I guess it doesn't really matter. But to your point, yes, it does seem like a little bit of ego, machismo, or whatever. And that's where I think the and black guys have it too. I mean, white people, everybody has a little bit of ego. Obviously, there's levels to it, but perhaps they stopped him. I mean, well, the fancy car, right? So I mean, but still, there's no. I don't know, bro. I don't know how dark it is. Could there be money in it for them? I guess if this is actually I truly don't know.
Not money.
And now I'm understanding why I actually passed on this story to begin with, because unfortunately you've just cried wolf too many times, and you overplayed the hand. I truly don't care.
I respect that, dude. I don't either. But I guess from my opinion, I know how drunk you can get with power from that fucking badge. When you can do anything you want. You look at it. That fucking guy with the tattoos came up. He wasn't even involved in the stop. He was a backup. 4 bikes. So in my view, that's 2 squads, 2-man squads, right? He got up after knowing who the guy was, Tyreek Hill, rips him out of the car, motherfucks him while he's on the ground, puts him in handcuffs, gets up and walks away. Then he gets a second shot thrown in by coming up and saying, grabbing him, putting him in a chokehold, putting him on the ground. Then he confronts the other driver. This I can't tell you. To be able to walk into a shitstorm, kick fucking ass, and walk out without having to write a report is one of the most addicting things on the fucking planet.
And just really briefly, anecdotally, in my experience with the cops, Like in New York, I can't stand them. I call them de Blasio's henchmen, right? Like I got cuffed and detained for protesting lockdown, right? Like when I was taking pictures for which eventually became a book, but I got maybe one warning, and obviously this is my side of the story, but I was leaving. I was walking backwards. I was doing what they said, only walking backwards, not forwards, and I was still recording them when one came behind me and handcuffed me. And so I can't stand those guys. I'm talking about me with 24, basically 24 women that were old enough to be my mom. And we got arrested quickly. Of course, that very same place, City Hall Park in Lower Manhattan, was the site of a 3-week campout that became a complete junkie hangout. I have proof of that. And then, so I can't stand them. Then fast forward, I was in South Dakota, and the speed limit keeps changing, whatever. Like you're coming from the back roads where it's 70, and then you get into the city and it's like 55 or whatever. And I literally got pulled over twice in the matter of like 30 minutes as I was returning to South Dakota from a road trip, and got 2 warnings. And even though I'm completely anti-racist, anti-that, I'm like, wait, there's no way. There's no way. I got pulled over twice within 30. I just made a road trip. I just drove for 20 hours, and you guys choose to pull me over twice within 30 minutes. And I think it has something to do with race. And then I thought it was because I had California license plate in South Dakota. So I guess I can't stand the New York cops. The South Dakota cops are much better. And I'm sure there's a bunch in between. And these guys saw an opportunity, and they wanted to get a little power. They wanted to, like you said, get a little drunk on the power trip or whatever. And it's a complete mess. And I think he just didn't he like score a touchdown or something?
Yeah, he scored some points. I don't know. I didn't watch the game because I don't watch it. I would have denied all this shit that you brought up years ago because fucking I didn't believe it. And then I started looking. No, dude. I used to target Chrysler 300s all the time because we knew that they were a favorite among the gang members. So that's a drug arrest, gang member harassment, all this shit. It blows me away. We used to watch all the time. I'll never forget it. I'm sitting in it. We're doing a gang detail after our shift, and it's me and my partner. My partner was Hispanic, and we simultaneously watched this guy drive past us perfectly in a car. Hispanic guy, summer day, windows down. It's like fucking 7:00 at night, and he's driving perfectly. Hands at 10 at 2, looking straight ahead. Hispanic. We both said at the same time, no valid. Because we knew, here's a Hispanic guy driving. He doesn't have a license. He's driving too perfectly for us. And we start fucking laughing. We knew profiling criminal behavior does stem from culture. Cultures commit fucking crimes in their own fucking shit. And that stems back to race. I say it all the time. I'm Italian American. Can you name one thing that would be considered synonymous with my culture that is, off the top of your head?
Christopher Columbus.
Oh, come on, man. You're supposed to say like spaghetti on Sundays or plastic on the couch.
It's the New York in me, and because I literally go back to, it's literally called Columbus Circle. They do have the best Whole Foods in possibly in the entire state of New York. The food is really good, really fresh. That's not what this is about, obviously. But it's Columbus Circle. They have a huge statue of Christopher Columbus, and when the Antifa mob, they were spray painting the entirety of the city, and October rolled around, and the Italians from Staten Island, the Italians from Long Island came out to Columbus Circle and said, no. Probably something the cops should have done. But they, I don't know, a dozen or so guys just standing there like, you're not going to do it while we're here. And they didn't. But that's the first thing that came to mind.
I appreciate that. There's that one on that one. There we go. All right. That's it. So my point for this whole thing is that the video was the single greatest example of simultaneous right and wrong on a traffic stop from both sides. And the amount of power that police have is it's insane. It's fucking insane. And yeah, if the culture would flip that side of the coin and go, we also have some cleaning up in our house to do. Maybe stop crying wolf. Then all sides are correct on this one. All sides are correct. Can we? So
it should just cancel each other out and maybe work on yourself a little bit, and we'll move forward together.
Yeah,
but that's not going to work.
No, and the problem I have is there was, I think it was Riverside County, California, did a video on the other day. Cop hears a noise complaint call and then barges his way in the house and won't leave. He has no lawful right to be there. None whatsoever. No fucking right. And the homeowner's telling him, get the fuck out, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. And she raises her arm and he takes her right into the wall and then kidnaps her right at the house, fucking custody. My view is, at what point, and this is a hard thing to say, if I saw a group of citizens walk up to those cops on that traffic stop and start to use force against them, I would be rooting for the citizens. I would. If homeowner saw a sheriff's deputy from California barge in their house, won't fucking leave, has no lawful right to be there, homeowner walks up and shoots the cop in the fucking face, I would be defending the homeowner. This is a problem. We are at a point where people will just tell, you need to comply, you need to comply. A cop could be raping someone's child and people would say, no, we need to let him finish this and just comply. That is how fucking blind supportive people have become with law enforcement, and it's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying, dude. So I have a big emotional problem with that. That's my 2 cents on that one. All right, can I make you uncomfortable?
Well, I feel like I was uncomfortable there, but yeah, let's do it.
Why were you uncomfortable there, man? Fucking no. All right, I'm gonna play audio from I don't know what this is. This is former Lion, Detroit Lion, another football story, arrested for, well, I'll just let the story tell itself.
Investigators say ex-NFL player Goster Sherilis relieved himself onto an elderly woman forcing the plane back to Logan Airport.
I glanced up at him. I thought at first he was just going to expose himself. And then he pulled out his penis and he started to urinate.
He appeared in court facing multiple charges, including disorderly conduct and resisting arrest.
He fully emptied his bladder on me.
In response to the accusations, Sherilis posted this on Instagram, saying in part, quote, "I took a sleeping medication that I don't normally use, which resulted in behavior that is not representative of my character, and I would like to apologize to the passengers and flight crew."
Thoughts on that one?
Wait. She apologized after getting peed on?
He did.
He did.
Right.
Okay, well, that makes a little bit more sense. I'm like, wait, why would she apologize? And I don't know. Maybe there is a reason out there. I mean, there's a market for everything, as they say. But what would have to happen for you to pee on somebody?
That's what I'm asking you. See, this show is all about me protecting you. I don't know. It's like maybe I think of you as my younger brother, and I want you to be safe. So I want you to know what your rights are against police and this and that. I also want you to know that I believe that fucking woman is a freak and she was into it. She stood there, sat there, and she let him empty his entire bladder on him first. I'm telling you, because as somebody who may or may not have partaken in certain kink lifestyles throughout his decades on this earth, I do know the fetish that many older women have for what we affectionately refer to as BBC, which that's big black cock, for those who do not know.
British Broadcasting Channel.
Sure. Whatever you need to do to sleep at night. And I think this was an arranged kind of pee on mommy. Come on, baby, pee on. And he got caught and now has to fucking own it because maybe he's married. He's got a girlfriend. He doesn't want that. The first thing that sent off massive triggers in my mind is the amount of women who have kink fetishes who the world will never defend. And I got proof. Here's a story I put up today. Let's see. A California female senator used a male staffer as a sex slave and forced him to perform sex acrobatics that left him injured. So when people are all like, no, it's always the man. No, it's the men who fucking don't defend themselves and go, this bitch is a freak. She's got a rape fetish. She's got a gangbang fetish. She's got this. And when I didn't do what she wanted, she then blamed me. And if I didn't apologize, but I think more men out there need to be made aware of the dangers of femme fatales in the sexual aspect of life and protect themselves. The bottom line is, you need to either get an audio and video recorded or a legal document notarized before you pee on a woman.
That's like the old Chappelle show clip, like way back in the day, like the sexual contract or whatever, which was really quite funny. Pre Me Too and all that stuff. So Dave Chappelle was certainly ahead of his time. But this is I mean, the other story, that's huge news. Like, I did come across my feed. This one, I have never, is that recent? Like, I never heard about
Which
that.
one? The peeing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of recent. To kind of recap, the other thing too is California State Senator, there you go, Maria Alvarez Gill, was recently served by her former chief of staff, Chad Condit, alleging that she forced him to perform sexual acts and was the victim of sexual harassment. Chad Condit, the son of former Representative Gary Condit, filed charges against his former boss last Thursday in the Sacramento Superior Court. Condit claims he performed the sexual acts upon his boss over the years as a part of sex-based quid pro quo relationships in order to protect his job. The former chief of staff alleges that he suffered a debilitating back injury while having to twist and contort as he performed oral sex on the senator in her car, leaving him herniated with 3 discs. Condit was fired in December 2023, months before he filed the lawsuit. Alvarez denies the outlandish charges. The statement, according to the media, Alvarez Gill's Senate office did not immediately return requests for comments. The attorney representing Alvarez Gill told Politico that the accusations are without any corroboration of evidence. This is an outlandish lawsuit, and we're going to fight it, and we're going to win it. Dude, fucking women always get away with shit.
Go
ahead.
Well, does this kind of falls right in line? Now, I don't know if you're right. This is absolutely disgusting. I mean, I'm very naive to the entire thing. Like I only recently, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago now, found out about like the whole piss parties and whatever. That aside, like that's just these things that that's why I say there's a market for everything. Mm-hmm. Like things that I would never even dream of doing. There's some guy doing in downtown Houston right now. Damn, now I kind of forgot where I was going with that. I got sidetracked.
I'll refresh your memory. Go ahead. Right.
This kind of goes in line with the gaslighting that we're experiencing every single minute of the day, right? So, like, yeah, well, of course, the woman's always innocent. The woman's always going to get custody. The woman's always going to be proven right. But when in reality, it might just be the exact opposite, right? Like,
yeah,
they're always going to pretend that she could do no wrong.
Oh, fucking dude. I hate this shit, and I will always defend the fuck out of myself. When I was 21, 22, before I became a cop, I was working at a local gym that was a very elite gym for the wealthy people in the community. And I was, and the older, I was 21, 22, she was early 50s. I wanted to fuck her, and we were pursuing this, but she was married. Husband was a giant, 6'5", very successful, owned a car dealership, all this shit. And we would, back then it was AOL Messenger, I believe. And we would do a lot of AOL messaging, and it was quid pro quo. You want this client, you'll do this. You want to fuck me, you'll let your hair grow, because I had my hair. She didn't like my hair was this short on the sides. But the day that she sat there and went after my job, I said, because I was like, fuck this. I had found out she left her email open, and I sat there and went to log on my computer, and I saw she had emailed a friend of hers saying how I was a puppy dog on a string that she could do whatever with. And I went, the fuck? So I printed every single fucking court, because you're not going to fucking do this to me, bitch. So I printed my entire AOL chat history. I turned it into the director of the club and all the major investors who were involved in that. And they're like, we got to let go of you. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I just will not have my fucking name dragged through this. So guys are afraid to defend themselves on this crap, and women act like victims all the time.
And it kind of, and this is why I love Seinfeld so much, because I feel like everything that happens to you in life could be traced back to Seinfeld, or It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or The Simpsons. But there's a Costanza joke in there where, they're talking about, shrinkage. I don't know if you remember the shrinkage episode. Yeah. And George is like, no, Jerry tells George, no, they're not going to talk about it. They're women. They don't do that stuff. And George is like, they're worse, Jerry. It's like you've concocted this image of just being this weirdo, girls don't poop, completely innocent thing. But in reality, they could quite obviously be worse than even some of my buddies. Some of my old New York homies were just weird Tinder womanizers and all that stuff. And the women half the time would be worse than they were. So I don't know. That whole thing it's really disgusting. I mean, gone are Like, dude, I long for the days I watch these nostalgia videos like school shopping in 1999. I'm like, damn, those were simpler times, and we've just come so far. Really quickly, I saw another story about how back in the 70s people used to hitchhike, and that was before my time, so I can't even fathom hitchhiking 5 hours, in California. But back then it was normal. So something changed where at one point in 1978 it was completely safe, I guess, to hitchhike 5 hours, and then that just stopped, and now people
serial killers, people getting picked up and murdered.
So I don't know what happened.
We continue to just continue as a species of human beings who are fucking filthy, evil, self-serving, unimportant things. I don't know. Fucking weird, I don't know.
I don't know either, bro. It's all absolutely disgusting, man. I wish I don't even know. It's like, make America great again. Like, yeah, okay, well, he wants to take us back to slavery, but you also don't want to go further into the future where everybody's a weirdo eunuch. So I don't know where. I make the joke constantly. Maybe I have on this show before, but I think we peaked, and this is clearly a generational thing, or perhaps a generational thing, but I feel like we peaked at the Nokia, when you could play Snake on your phone, you could call your parents, you could call your friends, but you had to know stuff. You couldn't just settle an argument by taking an iPhone out of your pocket and just Googling the question. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's like my math skills are fucking gone because of the calculator and shit. Or like I find myself I rely on the map app way too much. It's like now I'm paranoid, even though I know I-80 runs straight east and west. I don't think I'd be comfortable driving cross country unless I have my map on. Even though, you got 500 miles to go, I need the map on. So
dude, that's that one. I was talking with somebody when I was in Florida for less than a year, but I remember one of the girls there said, "Oh, you shouldn't use the map," and I hadn't even thought about it. I was like, "Damn!" Like, yeah, once you get there, and look, I guess if you're not in a rush, if you don't have someplace to go, you're just going grocery shopping or whatever, then just figure it out, learn the neighborhood. And that hadn't even crossed my mind. I'm like, damn, she's actually right about that. Because the map, when I was a kid, my mom used to, we would take road trips with like real paper maps. Like, and now I'm aging myself, I guess, but like now you just have, could you imagine if you run out of service on your iPhone or whatever, and you just don't have service and you don't know where you're going, then people will have a complete freak out.
Yeah. I know. People rely on everything. I did a video the other day talking about we do not research or study or anything on our own. Some guy who's an influencer says flat out that the WEF just admitted that we were tested during COVID. It's like, no, that's not what they said. But how many? It literally says it was the test. Like, hey, this stood the test of time. It's like it wasn't a literal test. But how many people are just going to believe whatever their favorite influencer says and go with it? We are dumb. We are so dumb as a species. It's ridiculous.
That's why I think we peaked at the Nokia.
Right?
You just had to do your research. Now people make fun of me for clicking hyperlinks in articles. Like, I sit at a computer a whole bunch and read a bunch of articles and watch a bunch of news clips of the cities I've been in, and will Google the names of people they talk about or click the hyperlinks, and they're like, "Oh, why are you clicking that?" I'm like, "Well, they linked it. Like, let's figure out, like, if there's we all know the media is lying to us, so why would we not try to dig a little bit deeper?" And that's probably going to be another lie. You have to click through 3 more hyperlinks before you can even get remotely close to the truth. But gone are the days of it's sad to say, but it's like there's like no more honesty. Even the clip we played at the beginning of this show, it's like, I guess if both of those people are in the right, then I can only imagine, I don't know, maybe this guy has stayed silent about it, but I would assume he's just going to eventually come out and do the morning news talk show circuit and talk about how the cops are racist to him, and the cops are not going to say anything. They're probably going to keep their jobs, and really they should just agree to disagree and move on. But maybe that will happen. I don't know.
No, you're talking about machismo and attitude and I'm right, you're wrong, all this shit, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
You know what?
I don't know. I don't have any answers. I just point out, I'm a fire starter. I walk in, I throw the match, and I walk out. Let others clean up my fucking shit. I don't care.
Fair enough. Really quickly before we go here,
sure.
I wanted to ask you, and I feel like just because we have a couple minutes or whatever, because you are expert, an MLM expert, so to speak.
Sure.
Because one of my buddies has been desperately trying to get me on board with this Malaluka thing, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to do it. Do you know anything about?
Yeah, it's a great
organization?
It's a great company. They've been trying to recruit me for years. I'm very satisfied with the company I'm with. The industry is fantastic. It's just sales. All the industry is sales. If you know how to talk to people and don't feel pressured for recruiting and all that shit, and just you could sell, you can make a great living.
I'm not doing it. It's just like, you know, we didn't speak for like a year, and then okay,
hey, bro,
catch up.
God, there's awesome opportunity for you. It's fucking wrong. I can't stand their tactics. The tactics should be, hey, Eric, I have not spoken to you in a year. It's shitty for me to wind up calling. I know that I'm calling. I'm calling to gain your business for something. So I have no right to really ask you to get on the call, but I'd love to talk to you about something. And I'm just trying to fill my funnel. Can I have a conversation with you? It's like the more honest people are, the fucking easier their job would be in that industry.
Yeah, and I got duped. I was like, oh yeah, we'll catch up, and then like the first 5 minutes was like a catch up, and then of course I get the hook.
So bro, listen,
I don't know. I was just curious, and apparently that company's been around for decades. I don't know.
They're a great company. The MLM is fantastic, but nobody gets training at all, and it's sales. They need to do more sales, and that's the problem. So
all right. I'm just curious.
I fucking man. All right. Anything else you got going on?
No, just, buy my book, New York City 2020, please, so I can get these people off my back for like a handful of returns that somebody returned. And now read the fine print also. Right? Well, buy my book, obviously, but I didn't read the fine print when I got this independently published, and now I'm on the hook for a couple of returns, which is stupid.
Wow. New York City 2020, Gotham Unglued. You need to buy that, or you're no better than those racist cops earlier today. It's as pretty much as that. Guys, this is a fantastic day. Check out Report and Opine on all social media platforms. Eric does some fantastic content. Actually puts his balls out there where many of you, including myself, won't do it. So we need to support him. Go to Spreely.com. Check out the rest of the content there and show some massive, massive love to the channel. And we'll see you tomorrow with the Burn Pit Podcast Boys here on Spreely.com. Just go out and help somebody today. If you cannot help them, do not hurt them. Have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow. I hit the wrong button. You have to play but we're going to fade out with the beginning again. Bye, guys.